Hello there, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to be doing something new today. You guys probably saw a couple days ago I posted a Town of Sale or a League of Legends game. Sorry, and I've not really done a lot of League of Legends on the channel, but some people hated it. Some people really liked it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do another one for the channel or not. But I've decided that this is really such a cool game. I think it's one of my best games ever with Hecarim. I think there's some good game calling, some good play calling that happens, and I wanted to kind of bring it to you guys. And please do give me advice if you like this or don't, or etc. This is not recorded live because the fact that I wasn't streaming and I wasn't expecting to have such a crazy game, but this game ended up being pretty bonkers, and I think that it's worth kind of taking a look at. We're gonna focus mainly on me here today. I'm gonna do my best to relate what it was I was thinking at the time to the degree of which I remember. And go on from there. Now, I don't typically play a lot of these recordings, a lot of these like redos and stuff like this. So replays, I don't really know what I'm doing in terms of that, but I'll try to give you guys a good show. Like I said, we're gonna focus mainly on me, but I will try to get to some other stuff throughout time as well. The good news is that really a lot of times the action is where I'm at. So. Let's get started. Here we're kind of backing off from our red because they're still invading. They're still in here. And we see because of MF here that Fid is here. I pop my ghost early because I'm like, we might be able to get something forced here. Now, he doesn't flash. Fid doesn't flash, but he is very low. And I see them starting our buff. Fid, we didn't know this, but Fid was still on it. There's 4 of them there, and there's 3 of us here. Kled coming in from the back right now, but Kled is unable to get anything really done. They leave. They leave to go start their blue, and although it was a little bit of a back and forth, they didn't stay long enough to actually steal my red buff, and we still have Bot here, and Bot does a beautiful, beautiful leash, very nicely done. I'm able to get that last Q, avoiding the final hit, and I go over to my Raptors to start there. Now, Bot's going to get there before they do, before their enemy Bot does, and this guy's just going to finish draining all the way down, but guess what? I'm already quite a bit ahead of this Fiddlesticks to start with, and this Fiddlesticks is going to have a rough game playing against this team, especially considering how Fiddlesticks is supposed to be played versus how it is that he ends up being played in this one. So, jumping back to me, though, we're going to go ahead and hang out with me a little bit. I think that we got a little bit of time before the first kill anyway. And we'll talk about Hecarim a little bit. I'm playing Hecarim right here with Conqueror, and he's my favorite. That's my favorite way to play Hecarim right now. Very much of a dive boy, get a couple kills, and then do what needs to be done. We didn't have a top lane this entire time, and top lane is just now coming back. Now, you can't see it, but he says, why didn't you guys remake? Well, the reason why we didn't remake is because he actually had loaded in originally, and then DC'd after he had loaded into the game. We didn't have a remake available. I go ahead and finish up this blue buff, and normally I'd like to gank top, and I'm kind of still looking for a gank top, but it's going to be tough with the Scion at level 1. And against a much more powerful Camille. So now Scuttle's already up because of our late playthrough with what we had going on. I'm definitely sure that I've been seen by this ward, so Camille should know that I'm here, and she really should have, I think, known that I was coming in, but she goes in anyway. She wants to bully this guy, this really low level guy, and he unfortunately is not really playing how I suggest he should be playing, which would be playing passive. I don't have an E up right now, and I'm unable to get anything else done here, even with the red buff slowing them down. So she does a little bit of taunting, a little bit of goofy plays, and then she stays in. At this point, I'm like, really? You're staying in for this, huh, girl? I'm coming right back in. Now, this Scion's not going to be able to live through this one, it doesn't seem. But I come in here and pick up the nice clean kill for I guess, second blood. First blood, unfortunately, that Scion died, and I think he probably could have actually stayed out. I was coming in. He may have had a chance to dodge that one and let me just get a free kill, and he could have been fine, but he played a little bit too aggressively there. I pick up my first kill of the game, and actually, I think I missed a kill someplace else, didn't I? Kled killed Morgana in the middle. So that was actually first blood, and well played by Kled. Kled, very powerful champion right now, and one of the ones I really wish I could learn if I sucked less at top. At any other lane, really. I'm looking here to maybe pick up the slower Scuttle and then gank bot. Unfortunately, we don't have that Scuttle available. I'm now looking to gank bot here. There is a ward. They've already started going in, And they didn't seem to see me early enough to make any plays. Now, we push back the Nautilus. He flashes away. I was kind of thinking maybe he didn't have flash. I didn't get any pings for it, but he actually gets away with this one, unfortunately. Flash down, Fiddlesticks up top. I think that this guy flashed as well. The Jhin flashed as well, so no Summoner's bot right now. And even though they probably should have seen me, they didn't make any plays on it. Camille bullying the Scion up top. Scion really needs to just play back, obviously. He's 2 levels behind, and how much farm behind, but doesn't seem to matter to him. The Scion played kind of stupidly aggressive the entire game, and really Camille made him look very silly early on. But I don't want to leave Scion up there alone, you know, but I'm trying to make some decent plays here and see what's up. I'm looking to see if they're to kind of support my Kled here in mid and just make sure that we're not missing anything here. I'm going to heal up on this, and I'd like to take the Scuttle because I know Fiddlesticks can do a pretty early dragon with his kit, the ability to just kind of heal through most things once he gets it up to a couple levels, his heal. I'm looking for a gank mid. I'd like a gank mid. He misses his Q there, though. And I ping back. If he had hit the Q, I was coming in, but without the Q, I'm just not. Another death up here. Camille killing yet again Scion. Scion's back by a bit now. And Camille's ahead by a bit. I think all 3 kills are actually on Camille right now. Not really where I'd like it to be. Fiddlesticks looking for roam on mid as I kind of finish up my Raptors. And I'm just farming. I'm just power farming right now. Now, Morgana not very high in health, but he doesn't want to get feared, I'm sure. If he gets feared, he'll probably lose his mounts, and that'd make things a bit more challenging for him. I'm looking for 6, and I'm looking for bot, because a double kill on bot would be very nice right now. And I'm sitting here waiting for my red to spawn. I definitely do not have a optimum sort of clear right now, and I'm trying to learn a little bit better how to do that. I don't know if I get 6 from this. I don't really quite recall. I don't think I do, though. But that'd be lovely. They have a ward here in mid, but like where the dragon is. But that's not where I'm going to be looking to come in from. I'm looking at this pink ward, and I've got myself not 6, but I do have a Kled with me. And I'm like, buddy, Kled, where you going, man? Let's go. Let's go. I'm targeting Jhin. I'm like, let's go, bud. Kled, you've got yourself here. You've got your ult. We should be going in on this, man. There's no reason not to be going in on this. We know that they don't see us. They're pushed forward pretty well. And I was hoping the Kled would actually lead us off here. But he doesn't. Lux gets beaten down a little bit too quickly there, but we actually should be able to make pretty good, clean plays out of this one. All their flashes and stuff are down. We know this because of where we were last time, but unfortunately, he just pulls himself. I do have Ghost, but I do not have my E. If I popped Ghost earlier, I may have been able to actually avoid that one. We're looking for a play in mid now. It's pinged by Kled. And I'm kind of a little bit iffy. I remember being specifically pretty iffy about this one. Like, I don't know if we want to play this. By the time we get this done, they're all going to be back. Right now, Morgana's signaling here. And Camille takes yet another kill on the Scion up top, who's still not 6, while Camille is 7. That's lovely. Morgana peeking in here. I'm pretty low. I step into that root for no reason. And am able to actually finish the dragon, though. A little bit close, a little bit nasty. It was quite nearly not a good play. Now, unfortunately, this MF is stuck. I don't feel like going in against 3 with just me. Even with my ults, I didn't have much else available in terms of my my mana cost. So, and already Lux was out of there. So, we're okay though. Could we have turned that? Would have been hard to tell, really. I mean, Fid was not 5, but full health Morgana. I think her ult was still up, and Jhin was basically on target with the rest of our bot lane. So at this point, I think we're doing okay. We're definitely behind in terms of kills, but it's primarily, though, all of the farm, all of the kills are on Camille here. And I'm going to be looking up here for a gank at some point. Now, I don't have myself a... I do not have... I think this is my blue there, yeah. So Fitz stole my blue. He stole a couple of my things in the jungle, but I'm not sure if it really made much of a difference in the end. It may have actually hurt him more than anything. He's checking for this gank up top. I don't even think he's needed, but... Now I'm signaling and Kled signaling that we've seen him up here, because we saw him on that ward. Be careful. Kled and I... Oh, he's sitting in a bush. I never knew that. They saw this whole thing going down, but... Kled and I are both going up. And we're going to try to get ourselves a kill here. We pick up this this Fid pretty easily. And then it's basically, it's time for us to kind of consider going here. But Morgana misses, and we're feeling pretty okay. We are going to turn back around. We think about grabbing for this Morgana. Kled says, no, I'm not in with you, bud. And we spam ping the Scion. Buddy, what are you doing, man? You're level 7. You can't be up here anymore. You got to go. Scion with double buff. Great, but Scion with double buff against the Camille, who has a lot of stuff going for her. Less than great, so... Alright, cool. Like I said, though, I do apologize for my less than perfect use of the cameras and stuff like that. I'm still learning how to use this system. But, man, this game is pretty crazy, and you'll see exactly what I mean soon. Kled and I both coming down. I believe my ult is on, what, 10 seconds now. And I'm really hoping that we can just hold. Hold, Kled. Give me a couple seconds for my R to be ready. Morgana, or MF says my R is ready. And in we go. So... we got ourselves some fast speed. I want to go ahead and immediately fear this this guy back, because he's the one that we may not be able to catch here. And because he was definitely had a bit of a head start on the other guy. I didn't want him to be able to sneak up here and flash away or anything. We got ourselves a nice, lovely kill. 2 kills, actually. And MF cleans up this ward and bot. We're good. We should be good. Now, I know this Morgana's here, and I'm kind of following her over. I did not see that there. And just kind of making sure we're staying within range of Kled. I knocked this guy back. Picking up the scuttle is always a good idea. The vision, the speed, but also it's worth a lot of gold and a decent amount of XP. So feeling pretty okay about this. Now I'm looking for a potential invade. And unfortunately, the only thing that's available for him right now is his wolves. And I'm not really interested in invading just for wolves while there is a bot lane and mid lane in play there. It could probably pretty easily be taken out of commission. So yet again, Scion having his butt kicked top. And Scion says my R is coming up soon. I'm looking for my red just to try to help me out. And right now I'm actually saying to the Scion, I'll be up there in a second. Unfortunately, as I say that, the Camille dives and there's a dead boy there. So Fid looking for an ult in mid and very well might get it. He pops up way too soon for some reason. I don't know why he showed himself. With this ult, he could have very easily probably taken out that guy with or without a Morgana stun. Now, we see this guy going up towards top. He's coming in to steal some of my jungle, and I don't really think I care. He's level 7. He's behind, pretty seriously behind, and I'm level 8 with a couple kills on me already, and feeling pretty optimistic. I really don't care if he comes in here and steals something, so we do ping it because we know where he is. Or at least we can kind of know where he is. This Camille basically just insta ults and basically wins lane. It's annoying that the Scion even tries to fight. It's like, why are you fighting, bro? And we ask him several times. You should see his score at the end of the game. It is not pretty. But, you know, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. Lux with some good poke down on bot lane. It's not enough to push him off, but good stun by Scion. And I'd like to go in on this at some point. I'm getting ready to do a gank. I think I have Ghost. I do. I have Ghost and my ult's up. So I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to go through the lane. We actually see this guy over here on this one starting the Rift Herald. And it's time for us to go in. With Ghost and everything, they flash. She ults, but it doesn't matter. I destroy her face. And then this Fid ults in. Now, I didn't want to get closer to my Scion buddy, but perhaps I could have actually changed that and turned it earlier. He smited and everything. He really gave it his all, but this Fid is so far behind in terms of his ability to do anything, any real damage, that I just don't think it's going to be that big of a deal right now. So Fid ult down is great, and I'm cleaning up my. I don't have to give it to Kled, so I clean up my own blue, and I'm getting ready to do this scuttle here as well to give us some additional vision. So there is a spawned dragon, and I'd love to take the dragon. I don't have a lot of my stuff though. I'm running without an ult, and I'm thinking, all right, maybe I just go for this Rift Herald instead. Well, because they're gonna get this dragon. I'm not exactly sure what I could do about it. No ult. There's 4 down there. Let's get this Rift instead, and we'll give up the dragon this time. Now, little do I know, they really struggled with this dragon. It's probably entirely possible I could have gotten there and actually done some pretty serious damage to these guys. They did not do so hot with the dragon. But we clean up the Rift Herald. Kled takes it and goes up top. They're looking for a gank, and I mean, man, this is a really pretty looking gank here. There should be nothing wrong with this, but Kled doesn't Q at first. Kled doesn't Q and get anything going for himself, and it ends up being a pretty easy wipe for this Camille. This Fid, out of nowhere, walks over here into jungle, or into the river, and doesn't move as I just bash his face in. I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, it was a DC. Okay, well that wasn't known at the time, but I don't feel bad. They've been bullying my top lane who DC'd for the first 3 waves, so I don't mind bullying a DC back, I guess. I do have an ult here, and I feel like I should be able to actually push this off. I'd like to not get stunned. If I get stunned, I could be in trouble. I get rooted, and nobody does anything about it, so I'm like, oh, that was pretty close. I didn't even have ult up at the time. It was very close to being very nasty. Sion's coming up, and I think I'd like this. He says his ult's coming up in 5. My ult's up now. I'm like, alright, bud. We might be able to do something here if she stays in. I'm not sure why she would stay in, right? But she does. She stays in. Fiddlestick's even further behind. I'm getting ready to use this this pop. But I'm waiting to see if I can see her, right? I stopped seeing her, so I decide I'm going to back. And she decides at the same time that she's going to back. Would have been interesting if I had popped over there without thinking about it and gone straight in. We probably could have done something with it. But that's alright. In bot lane now, there's some pinging happening. They got a great ward here that sees us. Ghost in 6 seconds. I'm telling bot lane, I'd like to gank you. I got Ghost. I've got my my ultimate. We should be able to go. And they were saying in chat right now that there's a lot of ward cover down here in bot. And you can see it. Look at their ward cover. It's incredible in bot lane right now. They got a lot of vision in a lot of places. But you know what? I say I don't care. I've got Ghosts and ults. That's what I need. And I come in here, and I'm actually surprised that they did not react as fast as I think they should have. We got the flash out of the Jhin, and maybe I should have anticipated the flash, but I did not. He's just sitting there ulting us, so I turn on him and just beat him down. Lux securing the kill, and then turn around and killing the Nautilus. Now, Lux gets sniped out by the Morgana, who ults, but is unable to do anything with Kled coming in. This Kled was incredible during this game. Just able to continually and consistently pull it back in. Sion waiting for a gank up top. But Camille knew it somehow. I'm not really sure. We push this lane in. And Sion, I think, dies again up here. So there you go. There's Sion dead. And this tower is going to be done as well. I'm still in this blue. I don't have a problem with it. This part's hilarious. Okay. So I see this guy. He's like, he fears me, and I'm gonna ult over. No, you're not. I just eat him into the wall, cancel his ult, which is amazing, and nearly kill him, force out the flash. I felt like I wanted to go further. I wanted to keep going in on him, but I had no idea where this Morgana or where this Jhin was, and it just didn't seem like it was worth it. So I go ahead and throw out their vision little plant as I back up. Might as well use it for somebody. And then we continue on. Still, bottom vision is just destroying us. The vision that these guys have is incredible. I'm picking up my my red right now, and they start doing this interesting roam through my jungle. Oh, they knew. Okay, so they knew that I'd be going, or he wanted to steal this red, but unfortunately for him, he was too late. We saw him coming in. There's pings going on, to be careful. And I placed down this ward just to see. And they do actually come over and look like they're trying to make a play here. But instead, they're just going to steal my little raptor dudes. I'm so far ahead in XP right now than most of their team, though, especially their Fid, who, like I said, got caught out a couple times with the DC and is a bit behind. Good poke right there. I'm looking for my ultimate. My ultimate's getting ready to come back up, and Hecarim's ultimate is powerful as could be. It's one of, I don't know, it's one of my favorite ultimates in game. It very much is like an anti-carry kind of ultimate. You just jump in there and destroy people. Kled going to clear top. I'm not sure if it's the right call because top's already pushing, but I don't care enough to do anything about it. I ult in and get a massive ult. Godlike. Double kill. I would like to go in more. With Morgana here, I wasn't paying enough attention to Morgana to see if she actually got anything out. I don't know if she had a Q up or not. And with this guy, that's just a lot of CC right there. I try to save the Sion and get back in there, but unfortunately, the Sion saved, and the cost is me. This guy right here lives with a fraction of health, and Camille with not much health as well. That's my first death of the game. And it's up basically Boom! Insta shot, insta death to this Scion. This Nautilus has to flash out because he got caught by the Lux in a Q. But this, and I'm actually right now I'm telling our Lux to bait it because we have a pretty nice, pretty strong Kled in the background. If Kled had continued, he would have gotten that kill. But you know, you can't know for sure. Kled does ult in. The Lux is sticking around to help out a little bit. Unfortunately, nobody is the freshly respawned people are too strong for Kled to take on. He would have had that kill in Nautilus, but that's alright. You learn some. You live some and you learn some. Now, with nobody really there, Jhin decides to just take some shots and does get some damage down, but not really much of anything. We're looking for this this dragon now. The dragon plays next. I'm back up, and I'm saying I'm coming. You know, I'm gonna be here in time, and let's get ready to go. I've got my ghost. I've got my ultimate. I'm pretty much set for a dive no matter where we go. Scion claiming that they're ready, that their R is ready, they're good to go. My R is ready, and Misfortune in a couple of seconds. Scion with the TP down, bot, but gets feared out of it. Good fear by Fiddle, doing the same thing that I had done earlier. We know that they're going to be on this dragon, and we're looking for it right here. We get a ward in there, which is really what I needed. The ward is what I need to make the play that I want to make, which is a E, a ghost, and then I kind of don't go in here. I'm looking around the backside. Good play by MF though, getting in here, and then we actually kill this Fiddle, which gives us what I would consider at this point a free dragon. So I'm still looking for the zone. I'm still looking to maybe make an ult play out of here before we get it too low. It gets too low that I have to focus it down. Ult behind all of their damage, fearing a whole bunch of people back into us. Unfortunately, I die. Kled's able to clean up the Jhin though, and then this Camille is just, Kled is so close. If he moved and kited a little bit, maybe he would have gotten something. Camille gets out, and unfortunately, we get wiped out there with a triple kill from this Morgana. So we got the dragon, but at what cost? I had a great ult, forced the Jhin back into the team, forced the Camille back into the team, but unfortunately, I got melted by this Camille, and we were unable to get her actually down. I think if Kled kited a little bit more, maybe he could have gotten back on the mount, and then we would have maybe even won that fight, but it certainly would have been a lot closer. Either way, we're back. We're behind by quite a bit of gold right now. Even though we're ahead in towers, we're behind by so many kills and quite a bit of farm on most of our lanes that it's not looking great. Really, it's looking like it's time for me to start thinking about carrying this game. And I don't actually know how to turn on like the scores and stuff, guys. I really don't know how to do that. Scoreboard. Do I have to like? Okay, cool. There's something for you. Why don't we have that up for a second? Can I actually? What if happens if I tab? Oh, I can hold it up. Oh, perfect. That's awesome. Let's do that then. So let's go back through this. 10-2 for Camille, 500 gold bounty. 8-2-3, 700 gold bounty Morgana. This Fit is just getting wrecked, and again gets caught. I say this. I say like this is a catch right here, guys. There's no reason why we don't do this. Unfortunately, with that flash, well-timed flash by the Fiddle, I'm forced to back out because I don't want to get caught. He pings my R and Ghost down, but his flash is down. Guess what's a longer cooldown there, buddy boy? It's your flash, my friend. And a Fiddle without a flash is not so great. Saved by the heal from this Vayne, our Lux barely stays alive and has to back. Now we lose this tower, and there's no way that we have anything to do to protect that one right there. Let's take back a look at this though. I'm 8-2-6. I'm pretty well farmed and fed. Our bot lane is in some major pain, especially a lot of assists, but especially when it comes to farm, they're really quite far behind. So in terms of against my jungle opponent, I'm doing fine. Scion pushing top, and I give him a back signal because we've got so many people in mid right now. You could take this guy, but we really would rather have your ult right now. And we're looking for plays in mid right now. We're looking for plays. My R has 21 seconds on. Scion's R is ready. I try to make a play here because I had a pretty severe flanking move that happened. I get destroyed. I get rocked and just murked on. And Camille cleans up the team. Cleans up the team. So I thought with the proper If I could have the proper flanking angle, I might be able to get in there, even without my ult being on. It seems like it was the wrong call. I initiated that fight, and we got wrecked for it. So at this point, it's looking like a pretty easy loss. We're back behind big time. Their team super far ahead on most things. Look at the farm difference on our top lane. Seriously, look at the farm difference on our mid lane, let alone the kill difference. Look at the farm difference, let alone the kill difference. Actually, bot lanes were basically near even the whole time. Bot lane just got bullied on both sides, I suppose. Now they're looking for the scuttle, and that's a good call. But a lot of them are backing right now, and unfortunately for them, we're coming in to check at the results of this scuttle and of the Baron. We want to make sure that they're not trying to sneak a Baron off on us, and it gives us the scuttle basically for free. We're looking to clear out some wards here. We can almost start this, honestly. We can almost justify starting it. We're here, and they're really not. And we're trying to determine what it is we want to do. I think we decided that we'd love to have a pick. And we almost have this fiddle out. We almost have this fiddle. But the fiddle backs up into the rest of the team. And I'm glad I didn't press my R key, because I would be dead. The fiddle might have been as well, but I certainly would have been dead. I don't know. Does Fit have his flash up? No, Fit's flash is still down. But there's a lot of flashes up on the enemy team. And there's just about half of our flashes up on our team. They're looking for this Baron, as they should be. They've got pressure in mid. And I go back, because I think I'm trying to buy here. If I'm, yes, Dead Man's Blade. I'm looking to get a little bit more tanky, because this Camille is destroying us. And really, the Morgana's strong too, but it's the Camille with the extra support from the Jhin that I was worried about. They back out. They're able to push back and hold off the Baron for now, which is great. Fiddlesticks went back too. And Fiddlesticks decides, hey buddy, I'm going for this dragon. And at some point during this, I remember saying, like, I think Fid's going for the dragon, guys. We really should be trying to push this right here. I think we knew that there was a back on their team, and so we decided to try to make something worthwhile. Now, if we can catch this Camille, that's most of their damage. We're looking for it. I'm thinking about the ult, but she flashes out. I say, all right, well, we're not going in for the ult. Boom! Coming back in on the other side. We clean up Morgana and Jhin, who was out of position. Now, this Camille is so strong. She destroys me, armor and everything, but we pick up a pretty tasty kill on her. Good shutdowns all around. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks just now finishing up the dragon. There you go. That's good. That's a good call there, buddy. Yeah, there you go. That's a good call. Dragon for 4 kills, or for 3 kills, including 2 shutdowns. You bet. Now, Fid wants to clean up here. He's looking for it. And he is able to catch out the Lux that was just a little bit late leaving the party in this one. She nearly finishes him. An auto attack probably would have done it. Or if that E had gone off in time, the Nautilus able to secure the kill, though, and keep Fiddlesticks alive. Quite nearly a pick on our side. Now we ping back San, because we know that they're here. We don't know exactly how many or who's here, but might be enough to kill him. They steal blue. What are you gonna do? They stole quite a bit of farm, but it just didn't really matter to me, because I was, at this point, my score is 9-4-8, 131 farm. I'm doing well enough that if he wants to steal blue buff, it's not gonna make much of a difference to me. I check in here and decide that I'd like to see if I can't actually pick up this. He actually ends up getting that with a bounce from his E. From his E. And we talked about it in all chat. I'm saying, like, what the heck was that, dude? His E actually bounced off and ended up getting the killing blow on that scuttle, giving him the vision as well as the money. We have Science split pushing top. I don't mind this. We signal back here because we didn't see the Camille, but then we see Camille down at the bottom. And if Camille wants to stay bot, that's fine. At this point, we lose sight in mid, and we determine they're probably heading back. I'm heading down south to bot lane to try to stop this push. She's probably going to be leaving, and she is, in fact. I see if we can't pick her up. We saw her moving this way. I decide not to push anymore. We actually have 4 down bot. We probably could have kept chasing or something, but we didn't really see exactly who was where at the time. But there is 2 top. We probably could have picked something. We could have at least tried to pick something or force something out, like a TP from her, a defensive TP or something from that. But everything's up for me. We're set to go. Now, I'm going in here. I'm taking this red. I don't mind, really, the AD carry getting red. But let's look at the scores. I think I should have the red on this one. I think it'd be better for me to have red. I'm going to be able to get into their team and really cause some damage. Kled coming up here towards Camille. We're looking to maybe make a pick. And we ping this. Now, we have people checking for the dragon. And as we go in to start this attack on Camille, we determine that they're probably on that dragon. I'm able to actually kill them, though, kill her without using my ultimate, which means my ultimate is up. And that's going to be highly, highly necessary for us to get this. Right now, I'm telling them in chat, you guys have got to slow down this Baron. Do not let them get the Baron for free. We need to slow it down. You don't have to stop them. We just need to slow it down. I get stunned, rooted, and all this fine stuff, but it doesn't matter because I've got my ult. Great job by Sion getting in there and getting on their back line. We melt the Fiddlesticks. We melt everybody. Alright, you guys go ahead and chase if you want. You chase as much as you want. I've got Smite. I'm a Hecarim. Let's do this instead. Sion stays mid. I don't have a problem with that. He can keep an eye on Morgana. Try to cut her off if she tries to get in here. And we can focus on just pulling in this Baron. Nice fight. You know, Sion with a fantastic ult. Me coming in just in time to help clean up. And then here, we're trying to pick up this kill. And she flashes over. It's a good flash. We think about chasing around the other side. But you know what? I just determined it's not worth it. This Sion's in a pretty precarious spot right now. And he gets seen walking in there and is just able... Nope. Gets stunned, nearly gets rooted, and has to flash to get out of there. Unfortunately, his flash down. I grab the Scuttle. Scuttle, always worth it. Not worth dying for, but always worth going for. And there's a ping from Red Team on to when the Cloud Drake is spawning. And now we'd like that, so I'm going to back and get myself whatever else I need to buy before we can go into there. What am I working on? I think I'm working on Spirit? Spirit Visage? That's what it looks like. Because this Morgana mainly, more than anything else. This Morgana and Fid, Spirit Visage is great. But Spirit Visage works so well with my kit, with the W. So I do not recall what else I'm doing, just sitting here, waiting. What was I? Oh, I had a couple more bucks probably. A couple more dollarinos I needed before I could buy. We have a couple bounties on our head now, which is very much different than what we were seeing before. Still a 12, 4, and 6 Camille, though. Although, honestly, I'm not sure I'm that far behind anymore. I really don't think I'm that far behind where she is now. We're staging for this. I have my ult. I have my ghost. I have my smites. We can just start this. I feel pretty comfortable with that. I think we actually saw Morgana top, so we knew that we had a little bit of time. This Fid has no interest in going in, I suppose. No interest at all. So we make a pretty free, clean pick. I'm looking at this Fid. I'm thinking if I can ult behind him, we can get a free pick. And we probably could have, but we weren't able to tell where exactly everybody else was on their team. I get rooted for free, shielded, and we're feeling pretty okay. Now we have ourselves Baron still. We have Baron for a little bit longer. It's right here. We've got it. And we're looking to maybe do some sieging. That's a great idea for us right now. Sieging towers down. We have okay poke. We don't have a ton of poke, but we do have a really solid engage. If we can just kind of make a pick or two here off a good engage, we'd be happy to do so. Lux gets caught out with a binding, and that stuff happens. I dodge this one, but unfortunately this guy doesn't. We get a nice ult in from our buddy, and I just jump on this Jhin because I know we should be able to murder him. He flashes out, and it's a decent flash. And now we're in trouble. We were unable to kill their carry, and with the TP coming in from Camille, we're forced back here. We still do have our Baron, which is great, but Sion gets caught. Does his best to slow down this Camille to make sure that we can all get away. And it was not a very pretty fight for us. The flash from the Jhin kept me from going in there with all of the rest of his team standing in front of him. And we're back to pretty significantly losing this game again. I mean, the goal difference isn't that much. We've caught up on the dragons, and we had the Baron. We still have the Baron, but there doesn't seem to be much we can do right here. I'm looking for a free pick on this Morgana. She gives it to me. I'm back there in their back line. I'm like, I got to make something happen. Our team's coming back up, though. We have enough to go in. I'm going to go ahead and focus on the... Boom! The AD carry. Why would you not? My Q came back in, or my E came back just in time, and I pick up a double kill. Didn't matter that he had his slowdown there. He did a good job kiting me into it, but to what degree? To what purpose? There's a little bit of a look towards Camille. Popping her GA and getting a pick there would be fantastic. TP coming in from Cyan up top. I like Cyan versus Fid here. This Fid is so far behind and so weak that he really wasn't able to do anything all game. 0-6-2. The buddy just probably shouldn't have been in the jungle at all, honestly. Maybe I ban his champion. I don't know. I ban Kayn basically every game right now because Kayn is obnoxious. I'd love to take out this GA, but really, I'm pretty happy if all we do is just get some pressure on here. I'm like, let's kill this. Let's like totally get a free kill on this guy, but Cyan just doesn't turn, and just wants to continue with the tower. And you know what? He dies for it, but he gets it. I suppose it's worth it for an inhib tower. For one death, but it does kind of put us a little bit behind. The good news is there's nothing really big on the map. And Morgana getting a little bit aggressive here. Oversteps her boundaries. Gets killed. Fid is like, I'm going to go in for you guys now. But I'm like, Fid, what are you doing, bud? You got nothing. And ult behind Fid pushes him back with my E. And a double kill for our MF. Who's starting to look a little bit chunky. Starting to get a little bit of really decent damage on. Unable to make any other picks, but we're looking okay. My score right now, 13-4-13. What a beautiful, beautiful number right there. I'm basically as strong as I'm gonna get. There's one more thing I could probably build out. It'd probably be Sterix, I think. Good job by that by the Luck, just getting a beautiful ult, stun, and all that beautiful things right there. I do not have a GA right now. A GA is also a good call. We're gonna be able to pop this. Boom. And I want this Nautilus, but I know she's coming right back up with a lot more health than I'm gonna have, and I decide to get out of dodge right there. Her shield able to keep her alive long enough to protect, and we decide it's time for a back. We've got ourselves a couple picks here. We've caught up on most of our gold. Now we're leading for gold. Cyan's like, bro, this inhib turret, I want it, but I'm looking for that Baron right there. That's what I think is our next best play. 14-4-13 for me. I'm going to back real quick because I've got a lot of gold I'm sitting on and not a lot of health or mana. Cyan, unfortunately, his decision to go up there to try to get the inhib doesn't seem to be really working out for him very well at all. But people leave him. People are like, well, you know, we're not going to worry about this Cyan then, I guess. And he just sits there and yet again goes for this play. Fleeing, trying to get the inhib turret. Does he get the inhib? No, he doesn't. So, this Cyan, what's his score? 2-12-9. He never came back. He came back enough to be something that they had to occasionally attack him, but he's just so far behind against his lane opponent. But you got to think about it this way: this Camille, full build. There's nothing else she's getting. I grab a Sterix, which makes me full build and a bit more powerful. Good shield on this one, so able to kind of avoid the burst and allow me to stay a little bit longer in the back lane. Right now we have Kled and MF are pinging for Elder. Like, let's grab Elder. Let's grab Elder. I'm like, dudes, we can win this. We are winning this game. We're ahead. We have pressure mid. We have pressure top. We absolutely go for this Baron. They need it to win. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for what is likely to be the final end of the game. I get myself ready to go. Why do you go to the other camera? I jump in there. This guy dodges nicely. I get ulted by this Fid, and I just smite it. Like, this guy's too busy draining me to smite the Baron. I get a nice smite off Baron. Did a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we actually are forced out of this fight. Who else got picked? MF got picked there, so there's not much we can do. This Kled, like, wants the Morgana. I can feel it, buddy. I can feel it. I know you want the Morgana, but yikes. Cyan actually would have gotten in the way of that. Cyan probably could have saved that Kled without Kled having to die if Kled had kept walking. But unfortunately, it's not the case here. They have to go back, though. They've got a lot of pressure pushing right now. Top's pushed up and gonna finish that pretty quickly here. We do have Baron on a couple members here, which is gonna be helpful. And Camille decides I'm gonna go for a solo on the Elder Dragon. Now she can't do anything, but I immediately say to myself, listen, we don't see Camille. There's a lot of people. We don't see Jhin right now. They might be trying to really quickly sneak this Elder Dragon in here. And we're going to try to go ahead and prevent that from happening. So we got the Baron. We lost the fight, but we got the Baron. I think that counts. That Jhin moving backwards instead of further into the pit was really, really helpful for him. It meant that I missed him with my fear. I don't know if I would have actually been able to pick him up. But we come in here. I just come in there, smite the dragon because I have smite. And Camille walks through our jungle, and I'm saying, like, right now they're like, oh, they're pinging. They're like, let's get her. I'm like, dudes, why? Why would we go for that Camille right now? There's 3 of us. Morgana top, pushing mid. Let's go bot. Let's clear this bot tower. Let's get this inhib. It's time to go. Now, Camille is able to get in here and actually do a little bit of damage, finish our inhibitor, but it means her death. She's even out the minion wave in mid, but we still got top pushing. We're down here in bottom right now. This Scion is like tanking the heck out of this tower. I smite come in here for a free kill. That's 15-5, 15. This will be my final score of the game, ladies and gentlemen, of a very, very long game, ladies and gentlemen. And what a comeback, I gotta say. We've got it now. We got 3 of them dead. We got the Camille dead. The support's dead. I missed that though, and Jin's dead as well. They got nothing. The ult from Fid forces a flash out of MF. I just kind of casually back out and then get ready to come back in here. This Kled finishes off a beautiful kill on the Fiddlesticks, and we just end this by destroying that inhibitor turret. So, some good calls, some less great calls. We definitely could go back and say that when I went in on the flank and mid, that was a little bit less than pretty. But I think that the in on Baron was great. The Fiddlesticks failed his smite because he was too busy trying to kill me. Not a great call. I think if I wasn't so tanky, this is why I like tank Hecarim, guys. If I wasn't so tanky, I don't think it would have turned out so well. I was able to stay alive long enough between Spirit Visage, Dead Man's, and Sterix to get the smite off on the Baron and pull in the win. Really, I think the only things Hecarim really needs, in my opinion, Trinity Force, and I take Cinderhulk for the extra tank, but Trinity Force and Dead Man's basically makes it so that anybody you jump in on that's going to be squishy late game, like a Jhin, like a Fiddlesticks, is going to be so easily killed that you make it a 4v5 within the first couple seconds of the fight. With how fed I was, could I have gone for more damage? Definitely. That's why I went for Sterix instead of like a GA. I wanted a little bit more power in there. But besides, Sterix is still pretty awesome in terms of its ability to be defensive as well as aggressive at the same time. The shield is great. The extra health is fantastic. And then the extra attack damage is pretty good too. It's a good overall kind of anti-burst kind of play. And because of their team comp, I thought it was definitely the right call to make. So we were able to make that one and pull that one up for a very clean win, I think, and a very fun game. I did a ton of damage. I guess we could look at the graphs, couldn't we? I did a ton of damage that game. Morgana and Camille, though, still beat us. In fact, their overall damage on the other team was better than anything we could possibly have done. But I think where it actually ended up coming in at was simply we had too much going in for ourselves. After this insane mid game, we got a couple good picks, a couple good clean wins, clean plays, and then we brought it back. We were behind for most of the game. If you guys have any suggestions or if you really enjoyed going back through this game, let me know what you think. If you'd rather me just do them live and not post anything like this again, then let me know about that too. But I really, really enjoyed that game. 15-5 and 15 is a pretty darn good score. I melted, and it was just a lot of fun. I thought there were some really good play calls too, made by the team in general, but also by me in that one, and I was pretty proud about that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace out.